Hey guys, this is Kalia with Southern Regime. I had a couple people ask me, for one, how to put together a dispute letter and also how exactly I use the consumer law cheat sheet. So I made a quick video just showing you how I do both. So here we start with just your personal information. Obviously, this is a fake person. First name, last name, address, the last four of your social, and your birthday. Then you come over here, you're going to enter the date. I usually backdate the letter 2 or 3 weeks, and I'll explain why. When you send in a dispute letter, there isn't an actual human that is reading your letter. It is scanned into a system. Now, the credit bureaus or consumer reporting agencies actually have 30 days to verify your information or they have to remove it. So this actually speeds up the process for you. Because a person isn't reading it, they don't actually know when they received the letter if it's not a certified document. So backdating it 2 or 3 weeks can work to your advantage because it rushes their 30-day process. Next, you're obviously going to enter the address of wherever you're sending the letter to. Now, if you Google an address for Experian or Equifax or TransUnion, you may get a lot of different addresses. I have 3 addresses that work best for me, and I've shared that in the cheat sheet under contact info, and it's actually also listed in my ebooks as well. So we're going to come to this section here, which is really your initial complaint. You're saying that the information isn't accurate. You can Google, if you were a part of the Equifax data breach, there were millions of people affected by that, to just create some urgency with the credit bureaus regarding the violations that could be on your credit report. So that is something to research to figure out if you're a victim of that or not. I don't know, you have to look it up. But here you're really just highlighting that you have inaccurate information in your report that needs to be investigated and deleted because they can't verify it. Okay, so this letter is actually for student loans. So that's why this information is here. So obviously, again, this is fake, but this is the dispute process that I use with my clients as well as with myself when I was on my own credit journey. Okay, so it's Fed loan. Obviously, this is a fake account, 1, 2, 3, blah, blah, blah. And you're saying that this is inaccurate information that they are listing on your credit report and that it's a direct violation of 15 USC 1681 S2 A1 E2. There are so many consumer laws, like I can't keep up with them all, which is the reason that I created this cheat sheet. So the information is obviously already typed here, but if it wasn't, I would just click over to the cheat sheet. I would scroll across the bottom to figure out which category I needed to address. Obviously, this is student loans. And then that law is right here. So I'm just taking that information and putting it into my dispute letter. So this is the law that I'm using. I'm coming back to my dispute letter. Obviously, that's what's listed here. And after I list that information, I'm giving them instructions on what I want them to do. So here, after the comma, I said delete now because I want them to delete this from my credit report. But if this were a different dispute and it was for, say, like a late payment, I might ask, my instruction might be for them to remove late payment now or update information accurately. But I usually always try to give them some kind of instruction in next step. Okay, in this area, it's basically touching on the fact that they have 30 days to respond and they need to send me a letter confirming that they've made some kind of change, whether it be an update, whether it be removal, or just an updated copy of my credit report so I know exactly what actions took place. And then you just want to have yourself or your client, I don't know if you're doing this for yourself or for a family member or for a client, but obviously they have to sign the bottom of their dispute letter. Now, you can't just send a dispute letter, you have to include some items. One of those items is a copy of your driver's license, as well as your social security card. And then the last item is a copy of your recent utility bill. They're really only using your utility bill to verify that you live where you say you live. So obviously, if you're sending like utility bill or maybe a sewage and water or like just a water bill, you want it to have your most recent address and obviously your name and current address there, so that they can verify that information. That's it as far as, let's see, I'll zoom out a little bit. So if you need a student loan dispute letter, you can just snapshot this one. You obviously have to retype it, but hey, there's good information there. Oh, I didn't touch on this. So there are some grammatical errors in this letter. And that's on purpose. So I actually have to do a lot of different disputing because I do have clients. So the skeleton of my letters are usually the same. You have to make it a little bit different because if you keep sending the same letter in, they'll flag it and be like, well, we got this letter before. So this must not be a legit document. So you want to make just small grammatical errors. Maybe something's capital, maybe you make something plural, maybe there's an additional space that doesn't need to be there, just to make your letter a little bit different, especially in some cases where a lot of people just buy dispute letters. So if you are purchasing a dispute letter, you just want your letter to be a little bit different than the crowd of letters that they're already getting in the mail. Okay, so that's all regarding this dispute letter. If you have questions, definitely shoot me an email and I'll try to answer them as quickly as possible. Thanks.